Welcome to my channel. My friends, when we talk about the future of motorsport, one thing becomes clear. The future is not under the roar of engines anymore, it's under the hum of electricity. The racetrack of tomorrow will not be filled with the thunder of combustion, but with the silent speed of electric power. It's a shift that's not just technological, but philosophical, a complete reimagining of what racing means in the modern era. Think about what racing has always represented. It's not just about who crosses the line first. It's about innovation, competition, pushing boundaries, and defining what the future of mobility looks like. Decades ago, Formula One was the laboratory of the automotive world. What was tested on the track eventually made its way into our cars. Turbocharging, carbon fiber, hybrid systems, all born on the circuits. But now, the same story is being rewritten through electric racing. Formula E, for example, has become the new testbed of innovation. Every race, every circuit, every upgrade is helping engineers learn how to make electric vehicles faster, smarter, and more efficient for the world beyond the racetrack. We are standing at the edge of a technological revolution. The electric car industry is booming, and racing has always been the stage where technology proves itself. When you see electric race cars like those in Formula E sprinting through city streets at incredible speeds, powered only by battery packs, you're not just seeing a sport. You're seeing the future of transportation. These machines represent progress, vision, and sustainability, the values our planet now demands. And yes, the sound is different. Gone are the roars that once made your chest vibrate. Instead, there's a high-pitched electric whine, a new kind of symphony. Some people say it's not the same without the noise, that it lacks emotion. But let's ask ourselves, is racing about noise, or is it about performance, innovation, and excellence? The truth is, emotion doesn't come from the sound of engines. It comes from the fight for victory, the chase, the skill of the driver, the tension of milliseconds deciding who wins and who loses. The silence of electric racing isn't emptiness, it's evolution. Another reason electric racing represents the future is efficiency. A traditional combustion engine wastes around 70% of its energy as heat. In contrast, an electric powertrain can convert over 90% of its energy into motion. That's not just progress, that's revolution. Imagine a race where nearly every drop of energy is used to push the car forward. That's what electric racing achieves. Now let's talk about sustainability. Motorsport has often been criticized for its environmental impact, the fuel consumption, the logistics, the emissions. Electric racing is rewriting that narrative. Formula E, for instance, is already carbon neutral. The goal is not just to race but to race responsibly. Every component, every transport, every kilowatt is measured to ensure minimal environmental footprint. That's the kind of responsibility the future demands from sport, to entertain while educating, to excite while inspiring change. There's also a deeper reason behind this shift, relevance. The world is changing. Countries are banning combustion engines, companies are investing billions in battery technology, and young audiences care deeply about sustainability. For motorsport to remain relevant, it must evolve with its audience. Electric racing connects with a new generation, one that values technology, innovation, and responsibility. When a young fan sees a Formula E car glide silently through the streets of New York, London, or Berlin, they're not just seeing speed, they're seeing purpose. Let's talk about the drivers for a moment. Many people think that electric racing might be easier, that with fewer gears and less vibration, it's not as challenging. But that's a misunderstanding. Electric racing demands an entirely different skill set. Drivers must manage battery temperatures, energy usage, regenerative braking, and instant torque, all while fighting for every inch on the track. It's not just about raw driving, it's about intelligence, precision, and adaptability. One wrong calculation, and you can run out of energy before the finish line. That makes strategy more important than ever. And then there's innovation, the heart of racing. Electric racing opens the door for new technologies that were never possible with combustion. Regenerative braking, advanced battery management, over-the-air updates, AI-assisted driving systems, all these advancements are born and refined on the electric racetrack. What happens in electric racing doesn't stay in electric racing. It transforms the vehicles we drive every day. The same technology that helps a Formula E driver manage battery efficiency can one day extend the range of your family car. The link between racetrack and road has never been more direct. Another fascinating aspect is accessibility. Traditional racing has always been limited to specialized tracks and massive budgets. Electric racing changes that. Many Formula East races take place right in the heart of major cities. This brings the excitement directly to the people, no need for remote tracks. It also reduces costs and increases exposure. Fans can literally walk to the circuit, see the future of racing up close, and feel part of a global movement. Let's not forget the importance of partnerships. Global tech giants, car manufacturers, and energy companies are all investing heavily in electric racing. Why? Because it's a platform where innovation meets visibility. It's where sustainability becomes cool. Companies see electric racing as the perfect arena to showcase what's possible. They test batteries, motors, software, and charging systems that will eventually define the automotive world. This collaboration between sport and industry is pushing progress faster than ever. Of course, transitions always face resistance. There are purists who argue that without the smell of fuel and the growl of engines, racing loses its soul. But think of it this way, every generation has its own definition of passion. Our grandparents admired the early days of racing when danger was high and technology was primitive. Our parents loved the era of turbo engines and raw horsepower. Now, this generation finds passion in innovation, in technology, in speed that's clean, intelligent, and silent. It's not about losing the soul of racing, it's about redefining it. Electric racing is not the death of motorsport, it's its rebirth. It carries the same spirit, human skill versus machine, man versus limit, but wrapped in a cleaner, smarter, and more sustainable package. It's about showing that we can go fast without destroying the planet, that excitement and responsibility can coexist on the same track. Imagine the future, electric hypercars battling in endurance races, battery swaps happening faster than pit stops, AI-assisted data helping drivers push beyond human limits. This is not science fiction. This is the direction we're heading. The lines between technology, sustainability, and entertainment are blurring, and electric racing sits right in the center of that transformation. Now, think about what this means for the fans. The next generation will grow up seeing heroes who race for something bigger than trophies, for innovation, for progress, for a cleaner future. These racers are not just athletes, they are ambassadors of change. When a child watches an electric race, they are not just dreaming of being a driver. They are dreaming of being an engineer, a scientist, a creator. Electric racing inspires beyond sport, it inspires imagination. We also can't ignore the economics. The cost of running electric races will gradually drop as technology matures. Batteries are becoming cheaper, more efficient, and safer. That means more teams, more competition, and more opportunities. As infrastructure for charging expands globally, the line between racing technology and daily life will continue to fade. Soon, electric mobility will not just be the future, it will be the standard. And so, when we say, why electric racing is the future of Formula Sports, it's not just because it's eco-friendly or modern. It's because it represents the next logical step in the evolution of speed. It's about keeping racing relevant, responsible, and revolutionary. The future belongs to those who adapt, and motorsport is adapting beautifully. So, the next time you hear that high-pitched electric whine speeding past at 200 km per hour, remember, that's not silence. That's the sound of change, the sound of the future unfolding right before your eyes. The roar has evolved into a hum, but the passion remains the same. Racing isn't dying, it's being reborn, faster, cleaner, and smarter than ever before. The future of Formula Sports is electric. High voltage sign checkered flag.